Shintaku episode 5, Workbois, with my hosts and friends, Vamp the Vampire.
Hey, what's up? It's me.
And our acquaintance, not friend, person we can't get rid of, but who does all the editing, so we have to keep, Master Arts.
All hail our fungi overlord.
No, the robots.
So, the topic of this podcast, which is obvious from the title, is work. The thing that our capitalist society forces us into.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink. I can't deal with this. I have to work tomorrow. Jesus, no.
Yeah. Work. It's the thing. Do we like it?
Oh,
Fine.
yeah.
No.
You know, I'm morally against work. That's my stance on this.
I'm morally a sycophantic and misanthropic. Work is fine. I like being in a greenhouse and stuff. I just don't like seeing other people and having to deal with other people at work. It's the worst thing ever.
You should become a software developer. Because I've been watching Doomsday Preppers, right? And like half the people are software developers who work from home and build castles in their free time.
Yeah, but like, why do I want to be I hate software developing.
Yeah, but you can use that money to go into the Swiss Alps and build a house.
Too.
No, but these people are literally building fucking fortresses under the ground. They're like, yep, I'm going to buy 10 shipping containers, can put them together, buy 10 years worth of survival supplies. Yep, and buy 50 acres of land.
Yeah, but
seriously,
like,
these fuckers are like 2x rich.
What is a non-boring version of software development?
I don't know what software development is,
like,
honestly.
I think you'd have to do that for 10 years, and I think I'd kill myself after 6 months, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Not
only would you have to do it for a set amount of years, you'd need a set amount of experience or a really good portfolio to even get a job in the first place.
Yeah, I think...
Which would already be way above my willingness to even try to attempt to get that kind of job.
And I get bored of it and quit at some point.
I look at it and I get bored and I quit.
I hear about it and get bored and I quit.
Damn. Yeah. I don't blame you. So, we all have worked a bit, right?
Yeah.
I've worked one job for about a week in time.
All right.
It was over a longer period of time. It was over like 4 or 5 months, but it's only on the weekends.
Fuck, I must have the most work experience of anyone here.
I think you do.
Yeah. I don't get consistent.
Okay.
I don't get work. My parents tell me that they've gotten me a job and I do that job.
Yeah, let's just say that I've worked in greenhouses since I was like 12, on and off. Not much this year, not much since last year.
What he's saying is that he is a child slave.
And I've worked at like plant conventions, 2 or 3 years, and that's like the worst because you have to deal with like if you're working in a greenhouse, it's fine, you know, it's kind of chill. There are some other people. If you're working in a convention, people come up to you and ask questions, and you get scared, and you can't answer the questions even though you know the answer.
In the convention, are you like wearing something that marked you out as working there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you weren't, I would be confused. How? Like, could you just not pretend?
I wish. And I've worked in retail, or like not retail, like a supermarket for 5 weeks, and then I quit because people came up to me and asked questions. Which, you know, they do. Like, I don't mind picking up shit and carrying it to another place. I just mind the people. And now I'm working. I've worked a bit as a paperboy in the past, and now I'm basically a glorified paperboy. I do it officially for the post office. Also some mail sometimes. If
you have a pension
sick.
now? Are you a pensioner? Master Arts?
Like, I do it part-time, 2 days a week.
Yes, I have, like I said, I have the least amount of work experience here. I worked at a warehouse for a while. The night shifts at a warehouse, the weekends.
I have a little story about that, but we'll get to that when it's my turn. Actually, are we doing turns here?
Explain what work you did.
Yeah.
All right.
Like what you've done.
So, fucking when I was like 14 or something, early high school, moved into a new house. But basically, the point is that while I was there, I actually worked on they got a house together, and I worked on I basically did everything you could probably do as a landscaper. Most things you could do as a landscaper, painting, all the stuff with the land, taking out some greenery, mowing the lawn, taking care of growing grass,
I've done all
like
of that
shitty dead
shit
stuff.
too.
A lot of
I just want to mention about landscaping type things because my mostly what I get from it is Digibot complaining about having to mow his lawn, which is extremely entertaining. But it made me
Yes.
realize I went for a walk like yesterday because my mother needed something, and I had to go to a shop that was slightly far away than I normally do. And I realized that like the vast majority of houses here don't have lawns, so we don't ever like take care of them. But then the players I was going to, they did, but they were also all Asian people. So like they did not do any work on their lawns. It was all weeds, like literally covering everything that wasn't the path.
Hell yeah.
Vamp, you also work retail as well. Some
Oh yeah,
retail
I'll get
jobs there.
into that. I'll just finish up by saying the actual work you consider with the landscaping was more like I just got paid for the mowing of the lawn, which was weird because I feel like I did a lot more like where I'm talking about like I come home from school and I like work on like the yard, which was really big, front and back for like hours. We cut to graduate high school. A lot of years went by. I was just doing that landscaping stuff for like a year and a half or something. So I actually have very little experience with this. I worked at a warehouse. This is the story I wanted to get to. It was Amazon. Now, Amazon, yeah, fuck Amazon. I only worked there for like, I think 2 or 3 days. I basically got the training, and then when they put me on the forklift, like I wasn't that into heights, so they didn't let me switch out of that position because they already trained me for it, and they wouldn't even let me switch my training anyways. So screw them. But it was not something I could deal with. It was night shifts that were like 8 or 10 hours. No.
Yeah, that
Sorry,
was
I just had to talk. Yes, it was really gay. Great thing though, I want to mention. When I left, they paid me for like a whole week's worth of work, and then another week's worth of work.
nice.
So I got like $1,000 total just from that.
What the fuck job
From
did you
working like
get?
for like 3 days, and 2 of
Amazing.
those days were like training. So
Amazing.
I'm just telling you, like I'm very upset with that, and it really made me very jaded. But also, I did get a little bit of basically that's pocket change, $1,000. All right.
What the fuck is Vamp buying all the prostitutes and drugs that he goes over that in a day?
Yeah, it's honestly like hundreds of dollars is like nothing. When you really think about something long term, like
Yeah, when I actually started to spend money, I went through like life savings within like a week.
yeah.
Yeah.
I currently have like literally $1 in the bank. By the way,
I have no idea how much I have.
Same.
My parents won't give me my credit card, so I can't actually check. Or my debit card.
I feel like I've spent a shit ton of money. Look, you wanna know where the whole work thing went wrong?
The Industrial Revolution?
But no.
The Agricultural Revolution?
No. Actually, yes, kind of.
Yes, I know.
Well,
I knew
everything
you
went
got you.
wrong the moment humans started to settle down, and we started getting more people other than hunter-gatherers and clove makers. We
Yes.
started getting people who needed to build houses, and then people who needed to make pots and shit, and all that shit's not really necessary. And then we started getting artists and riders, and that's where everything went wrong.
That's where we could never go back.
That's where we can never go back. Exactly. We've so thoroughly fucked ourselves that we can't unfuck ourselves without World War III happening.
I just learned this recently, but there were some like American tribes in like the Midwest of America, more towards the West, that did at one point settle down to like for like urbanization, but then gave up and abandoned all their homes and just went back to being hunter gatherers
That makes a
until
lot
the
of
white man came and killed them all.
yeah, but like
Hell yeah.
But they did this did this around the time the Egyptians were finishing the pyramids.
yeah,
So
but,
they settled down and gave up on urbanization.
but like what? Like exactly the moment you have more people the moment you have people that like don't have to make food, like don't have to get food or make babies, is the moment people have time to think about shit. It's the moment people can create systems of oppression and institutions. Is the moment where everything went wrong. And now we've so thoroughly fucked ourselves that we can't unfuck ourselves, and we don't want to unfuck ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's the big
that's
thing
the
is that
biggest
people
problem
have
with
this like they have this weird like standard that I have to live in a certain like size of a house.
I think
have
it's
to have this, I
it's
have to have
literally
that.
just like 10,000, like not even 10,000, like 5,000 years of fucking programming our brains to think in houses and that kind of terms of success.
It's the problem with artists. Once they exist, they have to justify their existence.
Yes.
And to do that, they have to justify why we live in houses and not in houses.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost like a weird ideology.
Same with bureaucrats. Bureaucrats are literally is a conspiracy, gigantic conspiracy.
Yes.
We all
My
believe
favorite
in.
thing is in a video game.
Bureaucracy is the world's highest religion. Everyone believes in it.
In fairness, it does more than most of the religions. We
Yes.
can never have robots without bureaucracy.
Yes, but why we
why
want
do
to
we
have
need
robots? We couldn't even think about robots if we were still hunter-gatherers.
Yes.
We've so
My favorite
thoroughly
thing
fucked
is in this
ourselves that we can't unfuck ourselves.
Yes. Also, I'd like to say that this, as much as I'm saying this, I would never survive in a hunter-gatherer society, and
Well,
that's why we must never go back there.
You're saying that, right? But they just kill you and eat you. Problem solved. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Like
finally.
Hunter-gatherers make sense. Society doesn't. Like institutionalized society doesn't. What?
That's the big problem with being hunter-gatherers. Eventually, the not hunter-gatherers come and kill you all.
Yeah.
And then there's only not hunter-gatherers left because they've all been killed by white people.
I don't think that's the problem, though.
Yes, but also, how could we continue being hunter-gatherers if we were all dead?
Why do we like if we're all dead, we can't be hunter-gatherers? First of all.
Yeah. I mean, that's the goal. Is just we just need to die. Obviously.
Exactly. Like society has gone too far.
We've come too far to fall now, but we should have fell so much earlier.
Yeah.
Too big to fail. Oh no, that's humanity.
No. That's capitalism. And that brings us
not
back
even
to the concept of
capitalism.
work.
I'd say communism as well.
Yep.
Anarchism
I'm trying to get back on track, goddammit.
Anarchism too at this point, because it's just who has the bigger gun.
Yeah.
That's anarchism now. That's like anarchism isn't tribalism, first of all. Let's establish that first. You fucking idiots.
Definitely.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I actually want to finish my jobs. I forgot earlier. Actually, we got into this like funny thing. So getting to my second. Actually, I worked retail, something like a J.C. Penney or a Macy's or a Marshalls or something like that, where it's like middle class people go to shop there, and maybe some lower class people, in the U.S. That is. I don't know about economic shit anywhere else, but yeah, I worked there for a month for the Christmas season. It was okay. It was sad because it was a full-time job, which I am not a fan of. Also, traveling to work when it takes like 15 minutes to get there, not the worst, but
how does it feel to
not
be
preferable.
a human? How does it feel to be a human being with no extreme social anxiety?
Not that good, because for me, I just hate everything else. to such a big degree that it's like the social anxiety. At least it could take my mind off of it a little bit. But the grass is always greener kind of situation. Eh. But anyways, so obviously that job ends because it was just seasonal, just for a month. I go and apply to a temp agency because I couldn't find shit. I was applying to like dozens of jobs at a time, maybe getting a couple callbacks for some really shitty places that I live with my mom, by the way, and she's like, half these jobs she doesn't even want me working. It's like, but we need money to come to the house, and I would like income, and I would like not be a sad boy.
I've realized that being a sad boy neat is the best way of life. For me. Like it's not the fantasy geek Alps life, but it's the next best thing.
Yeah, for me, there's such the lack of control, especially when it comes to the way my family is, tends to be more of a thing that it's like, if I could get away from this, I'd be pretty happy. Anyways,
that should be the ultimate goal.
The Alps life. Yes, the Alps life.
Yes.
Yeah, so the temp agency, they got me a landscaping job. I worked there for like one day, and it was so hard because I was really out of shape. So like carrying around they had us carry around each person who's a new recruit. This is kind of like Amazon, by the way. I didn't explain this earlier, but they just hire a bunch of people at once, see who sticks, and really grinds them hard, makes them work as hard as physically, do the bitchiest of bitch work. And they know a whole bunch of people are just going to quit, but they have so many other people they can just hire right away that it doesn't matter. So they're literally churning people out here. This is my getting max jaded at this point. But yeah, I ended up not going back to that job after that. They didn't even pay me for the day, but I didn't care because it was just like, it's one day. Fuck it, hate them. And then the last thing I've worked is a whole nother month at that retail place for another season of winter of Christmas, and that was fine, not optimal. Actually, surprisingly, met some cool people there. My coworkers were cool, like 2 or 3 of them. Boss was pretty cool and chill as always.
I worked at a supermarket. They were all lamos who were high constantly, but not really like doing anything.
The worst thing about my warehouse work was I spoke the best English amongst them. Which you can hear right now. That was not a good thing. They were alright people. Yeah. They were fine.
At my job, it was since I work in the sort of security and loss prevention sort of section, the team is like very small, but all the people are just generally cooler because that's the kind of person that's attracted to that kind of section of work.
Also about my because I was working at Christmas time during the night shift on the weekends, so the kind of people that were all like mostly done with every life, and so no one really talked that much.
Oh man, I'd love to be. I would actually like to be there.
The best thing was that on Saturday it would be like dead, but then on Sunday somehow it'd be even deader, and there would be even less people and even less activity, and it was just this amazing thing where like I would just stand around for hours doing the thing because I'm hiding in the truck from my managers, and they have not checked on me and haven't told me to do anything else, so I'm pretending to do the work I'm doing. I got at least £200 for that was about 1 weekend's work of work. The biggest issue is if I get another job, it'd probably just be working there again, but I also didn't tell him I was leaving and just stopped coming. So I'm confused about, can I just like go back?
Or do some people, they just may have forgot. It's very possible.
Like, I don't know.
It's definitely that. Because I'm not a very memorable person. And I went to like the same guy 3 times, and each time he asked me what my problem is. I was like, I'm not like a day after each other. So I assume he has completely forgotten my existence.
I don't know. Like, I don't. Even with the greenhouse, those people were pretty cool most of the time. I just.
About also physical work, it made me realize working in a warehouse how unfair I was. But also, I was also how fucking dumb I am, because like for the first like 3 weeks, I kept like hurting myself. For like it hurt myself once in the first like hour of it, and so like I felt, and then realizing what not to do for that day, and then forgetting about it for the next day and hurting myself again. And that hurt me. And so eventually on the 4th week, I realized, oh, let's not be retarded.
I have always been a gigantic klutz, especially as a kid. A lot less now, but as a kid, until like I was like 13, I was a gigantic klutz. Broke everything, fell everywhere. No, like because of that, I have an insane like balance and condition. Because my body knows that I've fucked up so much, it just keeps like I never fall anymore. I never stumble, I never fall. It's never happened to me when working at the post office or the greenhouse for the last 2 years.
Mm.
Even though I've like walked
unfortunately
into shit that would make me fall, my body jumped backwards without me like thinking, consciously doing anything.
Yeah. I'm unfortunately dyspraxic, so my hands don't work very well. It's a very unfortunate thing.
The post office job is a pretty cushy thing. Yeah,
I know some people in the like warehouse who I've like talked for a bit with have like get to basically work every day for like an alright price, because most of them are like it's like you get hours and stuff, and I know a lot of them are just like alright with it. I assume for them it's pretty cushy because I know because it's the people there. I know it's this one girl who just used a pump truck, which is basically like was it now that thing that you trained to use but decided you did not like.
The forklift.
Yeah, it's like a forklift but a poor version, where like it's not it's like mechanical, but like you have to use your own, like you have to push it. The coolest thing I saw there were people like using that as basically a scooter. It was just definitely would get him in trouble, but they did not get caught, as far as I know.
Nice.
I also want to mention about my warehouse experience was that we didn't really have any dedicated jobs.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen those a lot of at greenhouse too. They use them as scooters there as well, but like the boss approves of it.
I don't think ours did, but I never saw anyone get in trouble. We of course had like multiple managers. One was pretty alright, one was a bit more but also fine. I had a few issues with like one of them telling you to do one thing and then the other one telling you to do something else and getting annoyed at you. I was like, the guy told me to do this. What do you expect?
Sounds like a shitty organization.
They weren't horrible. It was just like it happened once or twice, and usually it could probably be sorted out. I actually just told them, but I just sat down where it's all right. I was gonna say, but then I stopped to talk about pump trucks because they're the coolest shit. Is that like at my work, we didn't really have dedicated jobs. We basically we went to the guy when we signed in, and he would give us something to do. And with me, half the time they just asked me what I was trained to do and just let me do that thing. So I, of course, found the easiest job and just picked that repeatedly. Yeah, there was like some caravels on top moving things. And the first day I was there, all I did was like use a stick to poke things, like poke packages that were coming down off the conveyor belts, so that other people could pick them up and scan them. And I did that the entire like 8 hours. The next day I picked that job again, and basically the conveyor belt stopped for 5 hours, and I just sat there, and four other people just sat there for the entire time. And it was
that's god tier. Amazon would not let that slip.
Yeah. Apparently, other ones in that like area warehouse in the area have cores, but we did not. But we also couldn't. We weren't allowed to like have our phones or any electronics. So it was basically, and also we weren't allowed to sit down. They had no chairs there, so we had to like stand, and we almost all died. It was alright though. It was cool because it was like on the bottom floor. It was nothing. It was just extremely hot, and then the top floor was had breeze coming in. It was pretty great the first few days.
I like the post office job the most, I think, because it's just walking around and you don't have to talk to anyone. You just get you have to talk to the person at the post office, but beside that, it's like you get the stuff and you do the stuff and you listen to podcasts, some music and shit. And then you're done and you get a bit of money.
I don't have actually that much issues with talking to people. I only really talked to one guy there who was like, we both started on the same day and were confused together. So we create a bond based on that. And he was some Eastern European guy who was a head chef at a restaurant, but then quit that so he could have his own food truck. But some stuff happened and his food truck was being delayed, so he just decided to work here for a few weeks while that was getting sorted out. And I did ask him like, head chef seems like a good job. Why do you want to work in like a truck? And he's like, it's your own truck. And I was like, all right, cool, my dude.
Yeah.
He was a super cool dude.
I think you people worked with way more interesting people than me.
That's what I was about to say, is that for me, I've only really encountered like a few like people I had to work with on my team that were like, I feel like it's like mega normies that I just can't connect with in any way. If it's like a nerdy normie, I can, and sometimes I even enjoy their presence.
Okay, to be honest about the Caravel job, the main reason I kept going back to it was on the first day I was just there with 4 other girls. I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? And they were alright. They were all foreign, of course. So that was
nerdy normies are even worse because they know they ask me and I answer that I know shit, and then I
did not actually have to answer barely anything about my life because everyone was just done. We talked sometimes, but most of the time it was just do your job and then like stand next to each other when we're resting.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I find nerdy normies most of the time be even worse. Because
I can't say it because I didn't really experience much.
Why do you like them, Dan?
The thing with nerdy, at least nerdy normies, I interacted with.
Wait, Master, I say it's because Vamp is a nerdy normie.
No,
he is. He really is. He likes Fire Emblem. He likes Smash. He likes Pokemon.
I don't know. Over time, I've been actually with Fire Emblem. I've been like, wait, all the games might just suck except for like Echoes and like Fates, and those aren't even like fan favorites. So the fans just seem to have shitty taste, where I have the superior taste.
Oh yes, of course. Okay, he's not a nerdy normie.
I mean, his name has been cleared. Vamp likes fucking Anne of Green Gables. That
yeah. In fairness, I think if you show a normie that, they would like it. They just it just wouldn't be.
I just don't think they're conditioned to find that stuff and try to like spread it at all.
But, they would probably enjoy it, but not go too far with trying to get other people to see it.
Yeah, it's definitely like normies. Just they know what to share to each other. Whatever. Who cares? Nerdy normies. Those are the ones I encountered. I encountered one that was less normie. It was some short, not very female, where she like was kind of into anime. Like, she got into Dragon Ball Z from her boyfriend, and she just like smokes weed and like drinks some alcohol and like just works her job, and that's what she does. Actually, like connected with her on like sort of a more personal level towards the end of like last day of the job, actually, but I don't want to get into that here. I don't know if I even want to talk about it. But the other guy, he was this gamer, like nerdy normie, where it was just like he just played video games and he just like listened to podcasts, and I'm like, wait, oh yeah, you're listening to some podcast I like. Oh, it's a comedy podcast. That's fine. Like nothing was so offensive to me that I just was like put off by them. They were just generally cool people. They weren't obnoxious normies.
That he was actually listening to Shintaku, and that you should never ever speak to that person ever again. I would not with anyone who's even listened, who's ever been a part of this podcast, tangentially, as in knowing a person who's ever been in it or being related to them.
I want Master.
All of humanity is, if you really think about it.
That way was
Master. What's so off-putting about the nerdy normies you?
It's not necessarily like off-putting. It's just like mainly at school. It's just like they want to talk. Like I fucking foolishly watched an anime with some people at school when I was like 16. Like just getting into anime, which is the worst fucking decision I've ever made in high school. Because people know that I watch anime, and people know that I watch anime that not many people know. So they think that I've seen everything, which I have. And then they keep asking me questions about shit like Fate and
Oh God!
Dragon Ball and and
All
then
right,
I'm
I
just
think
like,
I'm getting your problem
fuck.
now. Yeah.
Fuck. Like I
This
can't.
is
I don't say any. I don't say much to them because I don't want to insult them. But inside, I'm just like, I want to fucking stab you. Please go away.
Have you?
Yes,
Have you just been like, I don't know. I've never watched Dragon Ball. Have you just said that to them?
Yes.
Even if you're lying,
yes,
have
but
you
they
just
don't
tried that?
believe. Yes, but they don't believe me.
Oh no!
Ask them if like Spider-Man ever gets the Dragon Balls from Shrek the third. I don't know.
All right, all right.
I haven't had much experience with nerdy people, really. Like with the closest, I had a friend, my best friend, basically in school was we both played Minecraft. That was like basically it. And then
Yeah, that was middle
recently
school.
in my
Not middle school. Yeah,
recently in my tabletop club, I talked to some
Elementary
people,
school.
more nerdy people.
And middle
Basically, my opinion on anime with them is I don't want to talk to you about with
Yeah,
them.
that's my opinion, but I watched an anime with someone at school.
That was a bad
I know
idea, you
shit about
fucking
anime.
idiot.
Yeah.
And
I just
Alright,
lied.
eventually when
I
people
just made
keep
them
asking
feel
me
like I don't know what
questions,
anime is to
when
them.
people keep asking me questions about anime,
all right, you're engaging
I
with these
can't
normies
stop
in
it.
the completely wrong way.
Yeah,
I
you
can
you
still,
don't
I
know
can
what
stop.
anime is, Mastrots. Tell them that you've never watched one before.
Okay.
I did have a the best conversation I've had with someone in my club is basically about we basically like talked about World War Z for an hour, the book. And we're like, oh yeah, we just basically told this other guy all the cool shit that happens in it. And it was
Okay.
interesting because he got out of it, me and him got two completely different things out of it. Where like he was like is more pro like communist kind of thing.
Yeah,
Idea
but
of like
Vamp
society.
wanted to say something.
No, fuck Vamp. I'm talking now. I'm done.
All
Go
right,
ahead,
all right.
Vamp.
So, I feel like I engage with the normies all in the right way without even really like thinking about it.
So you're a
So
normie.
I will
Yes.
specifically reference that everything I'm talking about comes from the retail job I did, especially the second time I worked there, where like I was telling you with the nerdy female got into like a little bit of animated stuff. I mostly, honestly, when it comes to those people, even I remember even the first year I worked there was only the gamer guy, and then there was like a military dude and like an older lady. Really, I tried to talk about like maybe their interest a little bit and see what they liked about things. I never really talked about my stuff too much. Oh, I'm like kind of like these
Yeah,
games and it's like all that.
I don't do
But-
that either. But I did it at school to someone who I thought was a friend, and I still think he's a friend. But it's just that other people kept noticing because it's a 26 episode anime, so you're there for 26 lunches. And then, word gets around because it's an obscure thing. And and then
Yeah,
it's
I actually
fucking
like-
self-perpetuating. Like, I
Yeah, that's
can't.
bad.
Most of the time, I just stay quiet until like I'm just like, I want to go away. Please fucking leave.
Yeah, it
Have you
seems
tried
like
going away and leaving?
That's what I do sometimes too. But like sometimes it's like,
for me, like I end up bringing in a light novel to work just to read on the breaks. When
That's
the
good.
thing is, no one tried to engage with what I liked that much, and I didn't try to incentivize that for them at all because I mostly just tried to talk about stuff that they knew about. And like with the girl, it was like, oh, she knows she likes Pokemon, she likes. We talk about some Switch stuff, and then the gamer dude's like, oh, he's also kind of like a. Not a right wing kind of person, but he's seen sort of the same podcasts that I have, listened to the same kind of people on YouTube way back. So I like had this sort of database that I just took from like years before, and sort of those sensibilities I
So what
kind
you're
of have,
saying
and just
about
sort of mixed
is
it
that
up.
you're an elevated
I am. I can wear the clothing of a normie
I can't.
easily. Not easily. That's what I was gonna say, is that it really just depends on the people. I feel like most normies, even maybe even gamer normies, it's like they'll probably someone try to talk to me about Dark Souls. I don't give a fuck about Dark Souls. Dark Souls sucks. Who cares about it? Honestly, I started playing it and I was like, hey, this is kind of good after a while. And I was like, oh yeah, this is just shit. This
All
is the
video
really
games are shit.
I agree. Most are. That's my opinion. I know you say all like you did just now, but yeah, fucking man. If people try talking to me about like any video games other than like just like the cute Nintendo shit, like I would be like, fuck off.
How many people are even around your age working in greenhouses?
Oh, when I did that, I was like 13 to 16 is when I did it.
Yeah, but were there people around your
Yeah,
age?
yeah, there were. But most of them
Okay.
were watching, like football people,
Oh, football people.
tennis. Yeah, I actually don't mind them. Like, they were pretty chill.
As long as people are chill.
About because I like I said, I've mostly worked night shifts. Have either of you worked damn night shifts?
No, other than Amazon for like those couple days, which really sucked. I haven't really worked in night shifts.
Mathrots?
No, I would like to.
Yeah, I know you would. From my thing, one of the best things about night shifts, I would say, is that after it's done and the shift is over. For me, it was normally like 8 hours. For the people I know, it's like 10 or 12 hours of like work. We'd like all just at the same time wander our way onto a tram, and we'd like go back to the same place. And I just want to I just want to say that like experience of that was probably the most human I've ever felt in my entire life. After like a week's 2 days work of like more work than I've done in the rest of my life, and you just there on the tram and everyone's there, and most don't care, and then some do care, and you're just there existing amongst other people without any issues. And I had the best part of all of that experience I had at one point was so I was buying a ticket for the tram, and someone came up to me and said, you know, you don't have to buy those, right? I was like, yeah, I know, because you can just like, there's no police, you can just walk on and not pay. And she was like, yeah, but why are you doing it? Like, I did it. I told my mom that I wasn't buying tickets, and she told me that I should buy tickets. And she's like, so you're doing it because your mom told you? Like, yes. And she's like, yeah, all right, okay, cool. Then no, and then we sat together on the train and talked, and I was like, so she asked me where I was from. I was like, where are you from? And she said I was from Africa. I was like, yeah, but like where in Africa? I was like, you wouldn't know if I told you. I was like, I've spoken to 2 other people who've said the exact same thing. I don't remember where she told me, by the way. I think it was Ghana.
Hey, proving it right.
Yeah.
I don't know where Ghana is on the fucking map.
I think I do, but it'd
I
probably
think
be
I
a
do too.
50-50.
I will say that even though I don't have any social anxiety, the thing is that I just don't connect with people sometimes. So it's like, even if I meet a person, I have no social anxiety. That doesn't mean that I failed in interacting with them to the best I could probably get out of them. You know, I'd like to leave a good impression, but I don't do that often, especially for like normies. Really got to be like the right kind of gamer or nerdy normie.
The main part is I don't have like shared interests with anyone,
Yeah.
or like with enough what I could actually talk about, which leads to like not making much connections with like very few people, and even with those people, I refuse to like work to keep those connections. Like I said, that friend I had like Minecraft in common with, that was basically the only thing we had ever had in common through our entire friendship, and that basically went away. And so when school went away, we just never talked to him. He actually works at that same place that I worked at. I actually met him like outside, not during work, but from some other time. And he like, and asked him like, "What are you doing now?" And he's like, "Oh, I work here." And I'm like, "Oh, I work here." I was like, "Oh, you should get into the day shift and we can like hang out." And I was like, "Yeah," and I never did. Which just says everything, that I just like literally this person was my best friend for like 5 or 6 years, and I just didn't even try.
I've had that too, and I'm
Same.
trying but failing to reconnect at this point.
If you're trying, I don't know how hard you could be failing. Like I said, I'm not even
Actually,
trying.
I don't want to connect with anyone.
I do.
Sometimes
to.
I do. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't.
I want to mostly connect with people. I'm just not willing to try at all.
I just don't respect people that often because I just think people are too shit overall.
I just think the people I'm around are too shit, but I've like talked to people who aren't shit and actually worth
Yeah, that's
something.
true.
I
And
like
those
you
people are like, they
I
deserve.
don't think you people are complete shit.
I don't think you're shit either.
I think I'm
you're
only
pretty
mild
good,
shit.
Masterots. I like Masterots quite a bit. I like Vamp more.
Thank you.
There's no offense to Master
yeah.
It's just that like I on a level I just like I said I don't share that many interests with him.
Yeah.
There's like we did a failed podcast about our interests and we realized that like most of us don't have any shared interests. Like you and you irrelevant like Simao and Master Arts all like share like a certain taste in anime. I can appreciate anime but I don't really search out for it at all. Like with Anne, I watched it because you were doing it at the time and I was bored. And I was like, yeah, this is great. But I would never like if you said you want to do another anime like Anne, I probably would not care.
Yeah.
Mm.
It would have to be boredom what's with opportunity that forces me to actually get involved.
Earlier, real quick, because the one person I will say that I would kind of wish I reconnected with or didn't lose connection in the first place was that girl from the goddamn retail job. Because she was cool, even though she had a boyfriend. I think she was just a cool person to even just have as a friend. The thing is that
so what
my
we're learning
phone.
here is that Vamp is a cuck.
Yeah, basically. That's what I was thinking.
I'm triggered with this girl. The reason I didn't stay connected was that my phone, fucking bill, my plan, I just didn't pay it. Because I just don't have the money. I don't have when I have no income. Spending any extra money on like a phone or something just to like message one person. I could have tried to get connected to them on Facebook or something, but I didn't have the foresight for that. TBH.
I thought you were gonna say that like your phone broke and you lost their number. Because that's happened to like 90% of people with me. Is that like I've got their number and then my phone's broken right after, so I've lost their number forever.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We hang out a lot for people with not too many shared interests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting.
Yes. Yeah, but I should definitely try and get another job. It's just a thing.
Why?
Like I said, I have nothing. I'm doing nothing else. I might as well make money so I can like pay for stuff that I want.
I might as well try to do shit I like. I'm a hedonist.
You need money to do those things, though.
Yeah,
and like
the thing is, I'm not entirely opposed to the idea of committing suicide anytime soon.
Yes, we all know this. That's the one thing everyone who knows Master Arts believes in.
Like if I can't get the shit I want anymore, I'll just kill myself. I don't know.
You know, I admire that in you, Outlaw. Actually, legit. Two things. One, my personality just leads to, even though sometimes I think to myself, you know what, Noah, in the very soon future, I may have to make the decision to step off the stage of life, so to say, aka kill myself. But like, I'm gonna try to not do that as much as possible, even though it's like, you want to know what? TBH, it's not going to be worth it in the end, and I know it.
Yeah, but at that point, will you care?
Yeah, and the other thing I was going to say is that I'm also a radical, insane, unstable, manic, insane person who like I just don't I want to understand reality and, you know, have a stable anything, but also at any second I could want everything to burn and die and
Yes,
like
agreed.
literally, like I'm sure that like, yeah, if I was like in a situation where I had to work a whole bunch, maybe I convince myself and just become another crazy different personality. But then also I wouldn't I'm scared of myself is what I'm saying.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
At some point,
It's hard to explain in words. I know it's very incoherent, but
I get
it. But
maybe both is that you cut out through most of that, but I understand what you said from the little that I got.
I don't know. That didn't cut out for me. So
you cut out for me.
Goddamn Brit. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you, colonial shithead.
I get it. I just don't think I'm not that scared of it.
I'm not that scared of it, but
It's just
I
like
can definitely see it happening.
Like I go through
Hmm.
insane mood swings pretty much every day.
I think I have more seasonal stuff because most of the time I can be okay, but then some of the times I just don't want to exist anymore. More than normal, of course.
Mhm.
I found actually going outside helps with that, which I've been trying to do recently.
I go
Which that's
outside
another thing
for
that
at
a job
least,
forces you to do.
I
It
don't know.
forces you to do the
I
things.
like the freedom to explore
I do too.
more than like just doing a routine. I think routines
Yeah.
are going to kill me in the end.
I think I would actually be okay with like a routine if it was like once or twice, like 1 or 2 days.
Because like, okay, working at a farm is often seen as a routine, but it's really not compared to like any other job.
Like I said, I haven't had much experience actually doing work. But from what little I have, it was like mostly moving packages. And let me tell you something, if your package says fragile on it, we do not care. I did have at one point I was like in my like last week and I had some new people who hadn't done it before come up to me and like I just picked up a fragile package and just put it on the same pallet as everything else and then, oh, don't you put it somewhere special? I'm like, no, we don't. And like just like at one point I was just throwing them at the pallet and they were like missing mostly. And they were like, is that okay? I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Hell
Oh
yeah!
my god.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah!
But the routine of it was like it's somehow broken up somehow by like the fact that like you're constantly getting different kinds of packages, you know. So like sometimes you're just like all small, sometimes they're gigantic, sometimes you have Garfield and the fucker is literally just smacking them until they fall out of the truck. I had that on my like first week. This guy kept like whacking him from the top, and they kept like falling on him. So I had to like stand there and like protect him. I had to like get there, so like because he would like smack him, and I would have to have my hands up, so when he falls down, I could actually like slow it down, and he would like stop it with his head. And that was just a thing we did for like one day. And then the next day, or on that day, that really fucking killed me was he had paper in that same truck. And if you've ever folded paper in your life, I hate you. I want you dead. You should die slowly by 1,000 paper cuts. Because the boxes that paper comes in is actually fucking insanely destructive, and I hate them. I think I almost decided to cut off my hands on the first day because I could just never, I could get disabilities, I could sue them because they broke my hands. On the second day,
yeah, I've thought about throwing myself in front of a car to get more disability fund.
yes. I've changed my mind and now I'm just pushing for the welfare state.
Yeah, yep.
Yep.
I'm hoping the economy will just work
Go
with the
better?
robots very well.
Yes.
And I want the robots to come sooner.
Okay,
Yes.
here's what I want to happen. I want World War III to happen. I want the world to end, and I want humanity to be gone. And the next fucking creatures to start tribalism and to start nomadic tribalism and never nomadic tribalism.
Masrots, I'm okay with most of that, but I want there to be robots first, and then the robots can go on. And then the robots can do cool things.
The robots
Because
can
they're
go
robots.
off into space, whatever.
Yes. And they can be like humans existed. They were basically semen. Robot semen.
Nice.
Oh yeah, what I was saying was that on like the second day, I was alone for like most of it, like in one truck. I decided to do work for most of it, then decided, I'll just take a break for an hour and no one can stop me. I pretend to do work whenever they walk in front of it. On like the second week, I think one of the fun things happened was I was in a truck while it was raining outside. So like you got to like hear it around you, you got to see
I've never
everything.
done that. Like I always feel like I need to do my work when I get it.
Yes, but also I'm gonna be there for 9 hours, so fuck it. Might as well take a time off. Part of it's also because, like I told you, I kept breaking my hands on like the first hour, and then deciding that like this is too much effort. It was a much more enjoyable job when you're not like in pain constantly. I like broke my glasses at one point, and I didn't get them fixed until recently because I'm a retard. This was like 6 months ago.
I'm scared that'll happen to me because I do not have any money and I have like I apparently did have insurance for a while and I just didn't know about it and the kind. but I don't know if it will support my eyeglasses or not at all.
Shit, we all have glasses. Fuck.
Really, we should probably talk about our dream jobs.
That's what I was actually going to say next is,
Yeah.
what is our ideal jobs?
Okay.
Base universal income.
Drawing, just drawing and drawing and art stuff, and then editing and drawing and filming.
Do you think it would be like a
and
massive
3D
confidence boost for people to pay for your art?
and 3D.
You don't need it. You don't need the support of the money, but they just give you money because your art's good. Do you think that would like help your confidence a lot? I think it would for me.
Yeah, if I started a bit, like I keep getting. I need to draw more. I keep getting into these periods where I don't draw anything because I feel a bit sad. Or I just want to do other stuff. I need to.
It's me at all points in time.
I need to get a basis of the drawing every day, and it keeps fucking up. At least I go on a walk for 2 hours every day. At least I've established that. Not drawing every day.
I don't think I would want to do a walk every day. Like I'm basically gonna try once a week for however long it is.
I'd like to be an artist.
It might be because my location is mostly urban.
Alternatively, was working alone in a greenhouse.
Yeah, I'll be a software programmer. Just be that. I don't know what it is, but we're not saying this is dream jobs. We're not saying actually, I want to be king of America. That's my dream job. I'm taking it. You can't stop me.
Dream job.
Yeah, that's why it's a dream, Master Arts.
I had a dream. My thing would probably be, other than just not working, I guess it'd probably have to be just a job that would allow me to goof off and screw around for like at least 2/3 of the time I'm there.
Yes.
So I could do anything else. That would be preferable. And I feel like some positions of night security guard, which I know Master Art was into the idea a long while ago.
Yeah, but there aren't any.
Yeah, there aren't anywhere here that I can do either. So it was like, fuck.
Most of my ideas for like jobs that I can actually do are like night shifts at like any place. So like night shift.
You fuck. You live in a country that you can do that.
Because my connection is not working very well.
You live in a country where you can do that. We can't.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It was not. It just cut out and I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
I heard the first bit of what you said.
We need to steal England from you. You don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Oh, is this your dream job? Do you want to retake England?
Yeah.
I don't want it anymore. I'm king of America.
Remember when a Dutch guy was king of England for like 15 years?
Yeah. And didn't that end when he became retarded?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I remember he fell over and had an air bubble in his head.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, this existed. Was this the same guy who fought the 7 Years' War? No, that was a American guy.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just remember the 7 Years' War because for some reason it was England. It was the Great Britain, Hanover, and Prussia versus France, Austria, Hungary, Spain, Russia, Sweden, and probably some other places. Guess who won that war? Team England, everybody.
The
Get fucked, rest of Europe. Ignoring the fact that Prussia did all the work.
The capitalist Netherlands for providing weapons to both sides.
Almost certainly.
Yes.
You also provide good colonies as well. Ha ha ha, New York. High five bump.
Bam.
Yeah. We did it at the same time, yes. Master, if it is on the same time, please sync that.
Sure.
This thing called money, I'm not really into this thing as an idea.
Look.
And we need the robots to do the work.
We got money. Like, the moment people settled down and started to specialize, like I said, is the moment everything went wrong. Because then we created money. Then we created value, and that's when literally everything went wrong. Like,
and
give me an argument.
Well, of course we have money. We've done this for years. What? That doesn't mean it's right or that it's good. Fuck you.
Yeah, we've done this for literally over 5,000 years.
Most of the societies that don't use money are all dead now.
the moment we go from birth, we get like capitalism and communism too. They're beaten into us. They're beaten
You
into
just
us.
get the bullet too.
We can't
what
really
you're saying.
think outside of it. And we can. Some of us can think outside of it, but we can't create that system. No one agrees to that system. Everyone wants everything to stay the same. And this is why we need to fucking end. This is why we need to start over.
Yeah.
This is why World War
Yeah.
III needs to happen. Everyone needs to fucking
We
die.
need a hard reset. Is what we need.
Yes, that's what robots are. They're basically cleaning the field for a new form of life.
No, they're not.
Yes.
Robots are going
Fuck your fungus.
No, fungus aren't good either, necessarily.
Okay, good.
But
Okay, we can agree on one thing.
robots are just going to self-perpetuate the engine that we've already started. They're not
That's
going to do
true.
anything new.
Also, normies would bring the robots in a non-optimal situation because I would
Yes,
like to hear them. And
exactly.
I know they would never let me. I know
Exactly. Exactly.
This is literally like just why everything needs burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They won't let me.
They won't let you. They won't let me. They must all die.
This is really the core of my ideology and outlook. It's just the simple fact that they will not let me have a harem, even though it's like, why not? They're robots. What else would they be good for?
Yes, the fact that we don't have them now is the core part of my ideology, and that's why everything is wrong.
Trying to get robots that fast. They're like, we'll just kind of like develop them slightly, a little bit over time. When they should be putting way more money in it.
All right,
robots.
People listening, you might be thinking, "Oh, I hate life now." Now I have a good solution. What you need to do is you need to get sleeping pills. Get a whole bottle of sleeping pills. Then go to the train tracks. Take the whole bottle of sleeping pills. Also take a whole bottle of painkillers. Okay, do that, and then get over by the. You won't feel anything anymore once the train hits you. So that's great, and you'll be gone.
Also, make sure to have 8 cups of coffee beforehand. just to make sure you don't pussy out. Because after that, you won't want to live anymore.
Oh God, it's gone.
Yes.
Hopefully
the coffee will not make you too paranoid. I think some people may have the effect on them, but
Good.
They'll be too paranoid to have all the pills. That's what I'm afraid, is that they won't have the balls when it's time,
Do you know Happy Pizza thing? Are you going to take them?
That wasn't a joke. That wasn't essentially that wasn't a joke. I do have
Master, we know you never joke about suicide.
I do legitimately have those things. That is my plan.
Yes. I think you could do a better one though, because I'm pretty sure if you did that, you would still feel things when you're hit by the train.
No, I'm saying do that 20 minutes before you jump in front of the train tracks.
Yeah, I feel like if I did that, my heart would stop before I got to the train tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not very healthy. Well, when you're talking about art before, my issue with my art is I don't think I'm improving at all.
I think I have an answer for you, and I'm sure Master Her has a better answer for you. Just that I think you're just not taking into account art fundamentals, and there's a lot of fundamentals. So I don't blame you.
I don't even know all the fun. I need to look up. But yeah,
this is.
I personally
I don't know.
It also comes from what you want to, right? And what style you want to draw. Because I like drawing in perspective. I in different perspectives and stuff. I think that's cool. So I've researched a lot about 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point perspective. Drawn a little bit too. And I did definitely feel an improvement the more I did that. I stopped doing it recently though because I got sad boy depressed.
Oh no. Yeah.
So it's really just how you want to draw and what kind of stuff you want to draw.
I don't know what I want to draw. Is the problem.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give up on drawing again. This is a problem why I don't ever learn fundamentals, because I realize that it takes work and I give up.
For me, when going to like what I would want to draw, I just see like a bunch of like cool ass art on Twitter. That's the only reason I use Twitter, by the way, is just to like follow artists and shit.
Same. I want to mention this with you guys because like when I was working, the 2 days where basically those 2 days were just like nothing for me because I would work and I would come home and I would sleep for most of the time, and then when I wake up, I would preparing to go back to work, and so like those days, my week felt so much shorter with even basically only like 10 hours lost. Like 20 hours basically lost for me, but my day felt like my week felt so much shorter. Did you guys experience the same when you worked?
No.
Right, like you lost much more time than you really had lost.
When I was at Amazon, it was like, since it was such a long drive to like 2 towns
All 3
over,
days.
it was just
All
like
3 days.
mm-hmm.
No,
Yes.
I've never had this.
Yeah, I mean, I quit Amazon for more than just I'm not like happy with heights. I'm not comfortable with heights with like forklifts. Yeah, it was definitely like I'm like there for like 10 hours, and then it takes like a half an hour to go there and get back. So that's like almost like 12 hours straight, and then it's like, oh, got to prepare. It takes like half an hour or an hour sometimes. It's like,
Also, the thing about travel for my work was that I went there in a car that's just like 10 minutes or something. It wasn't very long, and the tram literally took a minute to do the same distance, and it was amazing. Like, because you were always asleep on the tram, and you would just you close your eyes and you'd stop, and it was amazing. And I kind of wish I used trams more because of that, just for that feeling of like, oh wow, this is like incredibly quick.
yeah. I wish where I lived was designed better and had like actual transport that's actually decent.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you live in America, unfortunately.
Delete.
I've said to Vamp, I've never been on a train before. I said to Masterox, I've never been on a train before. And he was like, how have you lived? How have you survived this long?
Yeah, I've been trains everywhere for my life.
Yeah, but that's because you live in Europe. You're a continental. You know, it'd be a cool job, like a tram driver or train driver. That'd be a right job, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Because
you'd have to work. You'd have to study like 5 years, and then you get $5,000 of debt. $5,000 million of debts, and then never pay it off. And you've been in fear of the government mafia for all your life. And
probably not.
The government is a mafia.
Trains.
Yeah.
But you like drive the trains. They need you to drive the trains.
Well, the thing there is, I don't know.
That's because from my university, I use bus travel mostly, and that's like an hour or so of being on a bus wanting to die. And I'm like, how does the driver exist? He does this for like probably 8 hours a day. The main thing about a job that really hurt me was the time of not doing anything. Like even just like the time scale of it really destroyed me. Because like I'm not used to doing anything for like longer than 5 hours. Doing something for like 8 hours is just, even especially when it's nothing. Where like you would prefer to work than do nothing.
I hate it when I'm not doing anything. I need to constantly be doing something.
Yeah. I
get even more triggered by knowing that this job is really useless in society in a practical sense.
Yeah, absolutely. That's everyone should just chase their own interests. This is a fact. This is not
That's probably a thing.
But like, let's just like fuck jobs. Let's just say this. We all hate it.
Yeah, 100%.
I think I'm alright with my packaging job because at the same time I was like ordering a bunch of stuff from eBay, so like I felt some form of purpose from this.
Oh yeah, ordering all this.
I felt some sort of kinship.
Ordering all the pangolins.
Yes.
I feel bad from ordering from Amazon because like I have a sister who works there, and it's like, oh my god, I'm doing the thing that is causing this person suffering. And I know it's a job that gives them money,
you're also doing the thing that giving them money.
Yes, but it's like, oh my god, I wish this didn't exist. I wish I didn't propagate this in a way. But it's like, oh my god, but I really want this 2-day shipping that's like free and like, yes. So it's just like it's not convenient to be sort of boycotting anything, especially because like I'm we're just too accommodated, too used to, I should say.
Yeah, like Master said, it's too big to fail. It's not like a thing we're just gonna
Yeah,
stop
exactly. We need to
Yeah.
now. Nuclear
like
hellfire to end it all.
yeah. Like I wasn't memeing.
I know you're not. I'm with you on this. Or with this, I agree. We need to stop.
It's like on the emotional level, I'm like, yeah, this I get that. I don't really know what I want, honestly, because nothing will get me the optimal thing, and I'm a person
Um,
who refuses to die. So
Another thing I wanna mention is that, like, you know how things were all shit 100 years ago, but like shit was happening then.
Yeah, but like we didn't know that. We didn't know that
Yeah,
it could
no,
be better.
Master, let
That's
me
what
talk. Let me go, man. Let me go. I just want to
Mm-hmm.
mention, like, you still people were happy then, you know? They
Yeah.
lived lives that they were content with and they died happy. And like now people, and like 100 years before that, they probably thought everything was shit too. And they were also happy and they died. And they were happy and they died happy. And it keeps going. And it's like, people were like, things don't get better, do they? They just stay the same.
Yeah.
Everything's the same. And there's never been a change that's ever mattered. We've just convinced ourselves
Well,
that they
the
do.
only change that ever mattered is the change from hunter-gatherer to fucking settler.
I don't disagree. I mean, I
Like,
disagree.
legitimately, when you're a hunter-gatherer, you think about anything else than hunter-gathering. Right? That's
But
your
the whole-
existence. You don't know about
Masraf,
anything else.
you're wrong. You're actually wrong because humans don't do that. Humans think about things. The problem started when humans evolved. When we were still monkey people, everything was fine.
You're saying
But
that
the moment we
consciousness.
evolved
Yeah,
past
I
that was
also
where
think,
everything went wrong.
to some extent, yes, consciousness is evil. I don't entirely disagree.
Yeah, it's like this thing that it's like we think it's like free will, or not us, but like other people, normies and dumbasses. But it's yeah, it's not real. We don't have free will. So it's like we're just doing what our chemicals in our brain are telling us to
the
do.
illusion of free will is the most evil thing in existence.
Yes.
Probably.
The thing is that I physically, as a person, just now acknowledge that does exist. But why are we? I just made a revolution right here, believe it or not. All right.
Nice.
I don't know why people just don't accept it, and then we can just work within that sort of understanding and just make things a slightly better. You know, just a slightly better
Master,
health.
like I said,
the
I don't
exact
think it'll
same
get better.
thing. 100 million people in the last
Yeah, nothing gets
10,000 years have fought. No, 5,000 years. 100 million people in the last 5,000 years have fought the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, things don't get better with people. We're happy inside about the same amount throughout all of time. We just
Yeah.
better convincing ourselves of things.
Exactly. Therefore, I should stay in need. Or need adjacent, I guess.
Yeah.
I just wish being a NEET led me for more control over my living situations and whatnot.
Well, I think it has enough control. Like,
For me, like NEET is not going to be a long-term thing. I don't think long-term, as in more than 5 years.
The reason I can't be a NEET is I'm too afraid of dying alone.
you die alone no matter what.
Yeah,
that's true.
but I don't want to like have a heart attack and just be there on my floor for like a day.
I would love that. I would love that to happen.
Yes, suffering is good.
Suffering is good. All that matters. There is no life.
Like I said, I'm a fucking misanthrope.
I know. I'm not the Mastrots. I acknowledge that life is pointless, but I also do not want to die alone. It is my greatest fear. It's what keeps me up at night. It was what keeps me up in the
What
bus.
is so scary about dying alone?
I don't know, man. It's just the existential fear of it, like that. Just like in your house, dying to something that you shouldn't have died to. Like, just like there's like literally just like a heart attack that you could have survived from easily if there was another person, but you're there for like 5 days. You have like the death of a slow death where you can't like do anything and no one checks on you because you have no connections to anything.
That's why.
And then after
That's
you
what I
die, you can't
expect
feel
to
you alive.
happen. That's what I expect to happen.
That's what I know is gonna happen, but I also feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's not a thing of how do I say this? I have never seen I've never interacted with a person and found that person to be a good enough degree that I would want to spend a lot of my time with them, and I'd be really fulfilled by that. And so, like, really, it's like at this point, all I can expect is that people are just kind of just not worth it overall.
Okay.
Like us Discord stuff, the great thing is that it's opt-in, and secondly, I like you guys the most.
That's what you think, Vamp. You think this is opt-in.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's also a thing that like it's opt-in, but it's also extremely easy in a lot of ways to get into communications.
It's like, oh, I just click this button while I'm on the computer, which I'm on, and I can enter in and just like, I just gotta turn on my mic, easy.
What do I want to say? Like, okay, I like being a NEET because I haven't been depressed since I left. Like, I haven't been had major periods of depression and not wanting to live since I left school. Like, everything for me, like everything is for me since I quit school. Every decision I make, every fucking stupid thing.
Mascot, I want to say I think your job of a paperboy is actually extremely good.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how much it pays, but I'm pretty sure it's like actually an 8-year job.
I think
it probably can't support you long term, but it's like
it can't and it won't. But I like the break. I kind of like the break.
I'm kind of jealous of that job, Master Art, just because it's like
it's extremely easy to get.
If I had any income at all, and with such like, it doesn't seem to be like a lot of work or a lot of hours. So it's like it just seems like this is like it would be the perfect thing for me to be a NEET and sort of have a job at the same time, which I know sounds a little.
NEET adjacent.
It's a neat lifestyle, is what.
It's a neat, nice lifestyle. Ah, that's a good one. You vamp, you clever boy.
Hey. What else we got to talk about with work and shit?
I think I'm done. I don't know about you guys.
I don't know.
Man, it's like us humans need purpose or whatever. That's what we think we need to live, and it's like I get it, but I want to do my own stuff.
I think
freeform.
I think most people need purpose. I feel like I have enough purpose in enjoying myself day to day and trying to do something and miserably failing. I think that's enough purpose for me, to be honest. I think being a failure is necessarily a bad thing. I think, like I said, I'm a sycophant. This isn't like
I've sort of been conditioned by society to sort of try my best to be the top of the hierarchy. Well, really, I should just be ignoring the hierarchy, ignoring society.
Fam, that's what I was until I realized that was a bad thing, and then I left school.
And just imagine though, being the top dog. Oh my god, you'd have all the bitches. Oh, you want to be better than that? A harem, a robot harem.
Why would I? I don't.
You would also have to connect. You'd have to sustain all those social connections. So.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
Exactly. Exactly. I just want to live in the fucking Alps, do art, and do greenhouse shit. You know.
About money and stuff. My dream is actually just working a job that I only have to go to 1 or 2 days of. I like working a few hours of that job and just not having that much expenses. Because as of now, I spend less than $0 a day. Because I live in someone else. I live in my parents' house and everything. But I don't have a full understanding of how much money I actually spend.
Because what I said earlier about $1,000 really being no money. It's for me in the US with USD, it's kind of the case. It's just money is just so it goes away so quickly because every institution, every aspect of the system that is the country is trying to take money away from you. You want to drive a car? They're going to take money away from you. You want to use public transport? Going to take money away from you.
You're basically forced into work, you know?
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do, and it's oh my god, can we not? Can we just not?
Yeah,
that's how it works.
Again, I conceptually like the idea of a commune. It's just that it's probably terrible because people.
Yeah.
Not communism, working. Not communism, but working on a commune. You know what a commune is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were saying something.
I do not
Spawn.
trust other people at all.
You were saying something, Score.
I'm fine with trusting other people.
I trust
That's
some
my
of.
issue.
Yeah, I just want to be fulfilled in life. That's all I want. Yep.
The truth is that for Milm, it's all a lie. You've just been convincing
Yeah,
yourself.
it's an illusion that I brainwashed myself to have. That is true.
Yes, I agree.
Legit.
Yeah.
I want to force myself to accept society more because I have to exist in it.
I can't accept
I don't want to
society
be.
more.
I
I don't want to be
you
fulfilled
have
in the way that
thoughts.
society wants me to be. But I do want to be fulfilled in my own way, not the fucking
exactly.
normie way.
I want to build
Yeah.
my own gods.
I'm fine with being fulfilled in that way. All right, Adolf Hitler, my hero.
Yes,
He got rid of all the non jobs.
Are we done?
Gave everyone a job.
I think that's all I have to say about work.
About the time that I speak about Hitler, I think that's when we all decide we're done. I think that's a good monitor of how much
It's a good marker.
Right. Yeah. People. Yes. Hello. Goodbye.